Hello everyone, this is Morgan, and today we're going to be doing a Draw Your Life. So yeah, let's hop into it, shall we? So I was born in the lovely state of Pennsylvania. Just imagine that this is PA. It's not a good drawing, right? So I was born in the state of PA. There's me, little baby. Here we go. Let's add some eyeballs in there, shall we? Boom, boom. And I was born with this like set of like black hair, right? I was born with this like jet black hair. So, funny story, right? Is my mom and dad. So, here's my mom, here's my dad. Now, I'm going to show you what their hair colors are, right? So here's my dad. Me and my dad have like a similar eye color. My dad's got like hazel, but it comes out blue, like my blue. My mom has these like brown eyes, which, like her grandpa had these like brown eyes or blue eyes, which is how I got my blue eyes. And my mom has this like beautiful set of like blonde hair, right? Just nice blonde hair. My dad was a ginger before he turned gray. So let's just say that his hair is like this, right? Shall we? I come out with this like jet black hair, and my mother, she cries. Because I look like her father. And, my mom, she doesn't pray for health for the babies, right? She prays that we all have blonde hair, which I did not. Very sad day for her. No. But funnily enough, after I was born with this jet black hair, I, grow up a little bit, and here's me, still as a baby, and I end up, it all falls out, and I end up with this, blonde hair. So, all well ends well, whatever that phrase is. So here's me, as a baby, with my blonde hair. All fell out, turned blonde. Good news, I guess. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on. So the first thing that I remember is me, we're home, right? And I don't remember getting to the basement, but I remember being in the basement. And what happened was there was this tornado, right? Here's like a big tornado touching down. You probably heard my desk shaking while I was drawing that. So imagine this freaking thing. Look at that tornado. So the first thing that I remember in my life is being down in the basement. Here's me, like a toddler, like a year and a half old. My brother, like 4 or 5 or something like that. My parents, they're over here, and our dog being down there as well. Whatever, here's a dog. Not good looking. But I remember this just being down there. I was like playing in like my little like playpen, I don't know, whatever, close enough. And the tornado going through, and from what my parents said, somehow our house got like no damage. Like it was just completely fine. Our neighbors had like a power line, like a power pole that was just like knocked over. That was like almost catching their house on fire. And there was like a tree down on a neighbor's house. So there was just like trees, whatever. Power poles down, whatever. Our house, completely fine. Like, I don't know how that happened, but we were fine, which is awesome. The next thing that I remember is So we had this like pretty big fenced in yard in PA. And in like the back kind of like we had this like play set with like a slide and some stuff. I don't know. Um so let's imagine that this is a slide. So my dad is out here shoveling away, you know, as you do up in the north, the northerners. And then there's me, you know, living life to the fullest, you know, making snowballs or attempting to. My brother's over here making like an actual snowman because like he's older than me and can actually like, you know, make those kinds of things. But one of the first things I remember is my dad making us like an igloo under the slide, which, you know, was like so cool. You know, like as a kid you're always trying to find like caves and like things that you can hide in. But that was like my second memory that I ever had in my life. So eventually my dad gets a job offer down in Florida from the company that he's working for. So we end up moving to Florida. You know, here it is, close enough, whatever. It's Florida, baby. So we moved down like this area here. Let's imagine that this is like all full of water. I hate the ocean. So we moved down to Florida. It's like a week or two before I turned 4. And for my birthday, you know, we go to the beach, which is awesome. You know, like as a kid, like that's never been anywhere like that. You know, you're just kind of like, wow, this is amazing. We're at the beach. And you know, let's make some waves here. Good enough. Let's say this is the beach. I don't really know. I'm just living my life, okay? So we go to the beach and, you know, it's like a week before my birthday and I'm just here like, wow, this is just a vacation for me. And I go, wow, parents, thank you for the beach. And my parents always make fun of me for this. It was funny, you know, 4-year-old going, wow, thank you for the entire beach as my birthday present. Now after that is when I begin to hate the beach. Now let's talk about why we hate the beach, right? So imagine, you know, you're at a public beach where people take their families, kids are swimming in the water, you know, all that fun stuff. Let's draw me and my brother over here. So we're on our little boogie boards, which are kind of like, they're not surfboards, but imagine that they were just like little floaty boards for like children, right? So you kind of just like sit on it and you like paddle, right? So let's say here's my brother and here's me, right? So imagine you are a family and you're just swimming and having a good time. And then, right, there's an old man. Oh, there's a cat. Hi, Simi. She's here. She will make herself known. So imagine you're swimming and there's an old man on the beach, and we know that that's never a good thing. So he decides, you know, with all the families swimming with their children, it's such a good idea to go fishing in front of the children, right there. So what happens is he casts his line and it hooks me in the back of the leg. So I'm over here and I start freaking out because I got a hook in the back of my leg, and you know, that sucks. And my brother is freaking out because I got a hook in my leg, and my mom is over here about to like throw hands with this old man because, you know, if some guy hooks your child, you're gonna throw hands, right? So my mom's about to like beat up this old man. The lifeguard has to come in and go like, hey now, don't fight each other. Because the old man too is just like, well, you shouldn't have kids swimming at the beach, which, what? You know? So this guy's just like, just a jerk. And thankfully the lifeguard guy is just like, hey fella, stop. Right? He's like, you gotta move. There's like kids swimming here and you've already injured one child, don't injure another. So that starts my fear of the ocean, other than, you know, the sharks and you know, whatever else lays weight in there, the ghosts, the bodies, you know, the fish poop. It's just awful in there. The ocean is bad, just bad. Ocean bad, right? So that was a defining moment in my life. Moving on, you know, I go to elementary school at, you know, great time, fantastic. You know, I it's like me and I have like 3 friends. I'm still like a pretty happy kid at this point, like a pretty social kid, but I have like my 3 amigos. And we're all just like, yeah, we're cool, we're awesome, we hang out every day. Yeah, so that was like, elementary school was like a really good time. We all just kind of like did like a lot of what, I can't remember words now. We were in like a lot of like the drama classes. Like we put on plays, that's what I'm trying to say. So we put on these plays at school. You know, that's the sad and the happy face for the drama club, whatever. So we, you know, we do the plays, just generally having a good time. This cat is just yelling over here. So generally just a great time. And sorry, I gotta get the cat up so that she stops yelling. Generally just a good time. We were like a bunch of happy kids. We did like a lot of birthday parties, you know, what kids do. Wasn't anything that like really defined this time of my life. There was one time where like, I guess I broke a lot of bones during this time. Like, it's a good bone breaking color. Let's do red. So I broke my my left leg twice and my left wrist once in elementary school, and then we go on to middle school to break more body parts. So that was fun. Moving into middle school, as we're talking about it. So here's middle school, probably the worst time in my life. So I went to a school far away from like all of my friends because I was one of the gifted kids. So I went to a gifted school, which happened to have like a bunch of like rich people that were like not very nice. So I got bullied a lot, like a lot. So to the point where like one time when I was walking down the stairs, someone poured pencil shavings on me, and I slipped down the stairs and I broke my left hand, which caused like a bunch of nerve damage. So that was fun. Not a great time. During this time as well, my father, being an avid smoker at the time, had a heart attack, which was a very defining moment of my life. Boop, boop. He's fine today. You know, he's good. He's worked a lot on his health and he's doing a lot better. But yeah, at that time, that was like very scary. And you know, like anyone that has traumatic experiences like that, like it sticks with them for a long time. So like I went to therapy, you know, Imagine like you're just like in therapy, you know, just some person sitting on a couch saying, hey, you know, everything is gonna be a-okay. And you're just like, you know, I don't really believe that. Oh, there goes the cat now. So yeah, you're just kind of like, I don't believe that. And they're just like, no, everything is gonna be good. Just write it down in a journal. So, I won't say it didn't help, but I did struggle for probably 6 years, dealing with that kind of experience, because it was pretty bad. And like the after effects were pretty bad. So that was like a big struggle in my life. During this time, like going into high school, I started to get into streaming. Not necessarily streaming, it was like recording videos, and I don't even remember like what they were. I started a channel with like one of my friends, and for the life of me, I think that we did like Amnesia. But like we were recording on this like old Dell laptop, and this is a laptop that I also broke my foot on once in middle school. Like it was this big chonker, right? So we just like recorded some videos through there, and that was fun. And then we stopped, and then I started my own channel, which some people remember. It's actually where I met a lot of my really good friends, was when I started my own channel. And now I did a lot of like dumb games. Like there was one game called Wolf Quest, which, to be fair, not a terrible game. This is a dog. To be fair, not a terrible game. It was actually really fun. Not one that I really play anymore, but yeah, it's just like a really weird thing that I would do. So I played a lot of that game. I recorded a lot. I remember my SCP live stream, when they just started to bring out live streaming on YouTube, was like one of my most popular things. And that was like really, really fun, because I kind of got like a taste for like community, which I wasn't really used to, because I kind of like I said, like back in middle school, I kind of like enclosed myself a lot. So then I graduated high school and I went to college. Now you'd think that if you go to college, you would get like your diploma, whatever. This is not a good piece of paper. Oh no. Hat? Can I draw a hat? Oh no. Yeah, that's fine. It's a hat. So you think that you graduate. I did not. I changed my my main thing like 3 or 4 times. I think first one was business admin. And then I did human resources. And then I went to communications. And then I went back to business. And then I was just like, you know, college just isn't for me right now. So I stopped and I left and I went right back to working. And so at that time, like I had been working since I was like 17. But I worked at an unnamed technology company that no one will know the logo for, definitely. I worked at an unnamed technology company, where I did like just about everything. So I did like customer service, I did like sales, I did like vendor relations, I worked in like every single department. So I was just like had a lot of knowledge, and I worked with like a lot of like great people and gained a lot of insight. And I'd say that like this was probably like one of the best jobs I've ever had, because I got to experience so much and learn so much from a bunch of people. So I would say like this. I don't know why I'm drawing myself like this. This this was like my best job ever. It was very fun, very good. Skip through, I'm working. Fantastic, great. I move out of my parents' house and get my apartment with a couple friends, which didn't last too long. I ended up living there for about like a year and a half, I think. And then there were some things that happened, so then I moved back in with my parents, or in with my parents. I don't know. I moved back in with my parents after a few years. It was just a whole thing, right? So that brings me back to when I started to stream again, and when I actually had a computer. So let's say that this is a microphone, right? And then you have like the little actual microphone part, and then here's a little pop filter, bloop, and here's like the stand for it. So here's your microphone, and then like here's like a computer, because I just can't be asked. This does not look good, but it's a microphone. Don't worry, guys, it's a microphone. So I start recording again. I connect with like a bunch of old friends that I hadn't talked to like in years, made like a bunch of new friends. And this whole experience going back to like, people has been very good for me. I think it's really made me come back out of my shell a lot more. And yeah, so that's been great. I've had a lot of amazing opportunities, like with like Doomplex and like stuff like that, to really get myself out there. And then recently, I've been kind of thinking like, I don't really do things. I work and I play video games, and that's about all I do. So come to today, or this day and age, and I go, it'd be really cool to go on adventures. And so I have a little moment where I go, I'm going to go back to things that I did in the past, which, let me actually touch on that real quick, because I didn't touch on that earlier. So back when I was elementary, middle school, my mom, who still today is in psychic, we'll get into it. So my mom is a psychic medium, right? So she can talk to ghosts, and she does readings and all that kind of stuff. So me, as a young child that had a lot of weird experiences, like knowing things that I shouldn't know, or talking to things that weren't there, and just like an overall weird little child, I got into that stuff a lot as well. So I grew up in a household where, it's the best way to say this, we were kind of like Wiccans, and my mom still is. So we do a lot of like herb stuff and like crystals, and like I said, my mom does sees ghosts and does readings for people. So that was like a big chunk of my life, and at one point I just like, I had some bad experiences with some entities or something, just like not, here, let me draw like a little fella here, just like, not cool things, So I I kind of like blocked myself off from that, and I closed that off, and I was said, I'm not doing this anymore. And so going back to now, I go, hey, wouldn't it be cool to get back into it? And so I have a moment where, well, now I have red hair. Hold on, let me change my hair color real quick. That's not, what are colors? I don't even know anymore. So let's say, whatever, I'll just grab this one. Oh no, my hair, my eyes. So I go, you know what? I'm gonna become a ghost hunter. And that's what I'm doing now. So I got myself like a little EMF, or not EMF, and a little EMP, and a little ghost box, and cat balls, and like all these cool things to go ghost hunting with, and getting back into like all of that. And that's what kind of like spurred the idea of this new channel, was getting back into this and then like doing more things with my life, because I've really just kind of closed it down for like a long time. And I'd really like to get back into, you know, living and all that stuff. So yeah, very cool. Thank you guys. I appreciate you being here on this journey. Sorry for my terrible handwriting. I'm not very good at things. But yeah, thank you. And I hope that you join me on this channel, and I hope that we have a lot of fun together. Thank you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!